Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, I greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, DJ, drop that beat. Hey, get this thing cranky, y'all. Play D1. Hey, like, comment, and share, y'all. Let's get this thing everywhere. Ooh, wee, I so do appreciate y'all. I am your host, Coach Rogers, aka Mr. Doing the Most. September 23rd, 2025 is going down. Yeah. Special guest, season 2, episode 13. Hey, stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. Hey, special guest in the building, Coach Joe, Coach Josh Lucas. I apologize, I might butcher your name. He's in the backstage, y'all. There he is. Hey, 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 hey. Play D1. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, go ahead, take it away, big dog. Yes, sir. Go ahead, take it away. Tell the people who you are and what we got going today.
So I'm Coach Luchi. I'm the D1 state director for Oregon. We're going to be bringing a 13U team out to the All-American Bowl out in Bullhead City, Arizona this January.
Man, I'm super excited about that, big dog. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people just like myself, not too much acclimated with what's going on in your state. So can you tell us a little bit about what's going on in the state? What's fun, what exciting, and what is there to do?
So I live in a pretty cool area. I'm about 30 miles south of Portland. I'm about an hour from the coast. So last weekend we were just out on the beach. Um, Tons of grass. Like if you like hiking and all that stuff, this is the place to be, I guess. I'm not much of a hiker. I do a lot of coaching. I have younger kids, play soccer and do all that stuff. So, I mean, there's everything. And then you travel east, probably about 3, 4 hours. There's desert, river, all that stuff. So you kind of get a mix of everything out here.
Okay. So outside of youth sports, coach, what do you do for a living?
Substitute teaching.
Okay. Oh, he's a teacher, y'all. I love me a good old teacher. What inspires you to be a teacher, big dog?
I mean, honestly, so I grew up in Nevada and I wanted to get into coaching high school football. And in Nevada, it's very hard to get a coaching job without being a teacher. And then we ended up relocating up here to Oregon probably, I don't know, about 10 years ago or so now.
Okay. Oh, so where are you originally from?
Reno.
Okay, okay. So I know we jumping into this, and I know a lot of people be like, "Come on, hurry up already! I want to know more about these student athletes." But coach, man, it's a passion that I love to learn about people. As a personal trainer and as a national scout, I love to learn more about people. I know you're bringing a lot to the table, so tell us a little bit about your history with training and coaching youth sports.
So I got into coaching. My older boy, he's 22 now. He started playing tackle football at the age of 5. I was always there just watching, and I've known enough about football. And the next year, he had a coach who wasn't really it. He the practices were kind of goofy and stuff, and so I was like, nah. Asked him if I could help out a little bit, organize stuff, and so I coached my older boy for about 2 years, and then I just stuck. He decided he wasn't going to be playing football for a while. He went to Sacramento with his mom, and I just stuck with coaching. And I'm going on year 16 now, coaching.
Wow. See, that's big. That's
So
big. That's big. So a lot of the parents that's in the state of Oregon definitely want to be a part of something that's established. They want to be part of something that's going to allow their student athletes to get the right exposure and the right recognition. Would you recommend D1 as a platform and an opportunity for these parents to put their young student athletes in?
Absolutely, 100%. I've been meeting with Harold, the national director, putting all this stuff together. He's super helpful. Coach Dunn out in Arizona. I had, some questions last week. I called him up. He answers right away, gives me advice. Talking with the coach up in Washington. It's pretty cool how, even though I haven't met some of these folks in person, how willing everybody is to help everybody. And it's going to be a great time, man. We're looking at doing 2 to 3 of these events a year is what our goal is.
Man, I'm trying to pull up on you, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, we trying to bring that excitement where that every student athlete wants to play D1 all year long. So shout out to the parents that have tapped in. Shout out to the supporters that have bought into the dream. D1 has been around for a very, very long time. If I'm not mistaken, I can stand corrected since 2004, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, welcome aboard, big dog. Definitely looking forward to seeing a lot of excitement going into the All American Bowl games 2025 and 2026. Uh, tell us a little bit about some of these student athletes that we're about to be talking about.
Man, so we've got athletes coming from all over. We've got some athletes from out in Portland. We've got athletes out on the coast. So we got 1A is the lowest level, 6A is the highest level for high school out here in Oregon, and we have athletes from every level out here. And there are some studs. We got the kid we'll probably talk about here in a little bit. He's from a smaller town called Elmira. He's a baller. And then you get the dudes out of Portland who are just amazing. And then we got kids out in Central Oregon like Bend, which is kind of just an untapped resource of student athletes out there, man. There's some very good athletes out there, and they don't have the opportunity to do stuff like this.
Absolutely, and I love that D1 is definitely bringing that opportunity to student athletes that don't have that opportunity to be seen. So, jumping right into it, Coach, tell us a little bit about your staff. Tell us a little bit about these coaches, and how they bring the energy to the field.
So, Coach Brown, that's my guy right there. I used to coach at a middle school out on the coast, and this dude came in and interviewed. We had an open position, and we ended up filling it with another guy who happened to be a teacher. But I asked this guy if he would come in and volunteer, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I got you, no worries." So he came in, and that was probably 7 years ago, and we've been riding together ever since. I mean, this dude's come out to Idaho with me to coach. He's one of my first calls when I need somebody. So he's going to be our offensive coordinator. He's a younger dude, so he's full of energy. He'll get like when we're scoring touchdowns and he's calling plays, you'll see him running up and down the sideline for sure. He gets pretty animated.
My type of guy, y'all. I love my type of
Yeah,
guy. I love me an animated coach, man. I love me an animated
yeah.
coach.
I'm
So you
getting
said
older,
you
so it's nice to have him.
okay? Yeah, you need somebody that got some wheels.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so huge shout out to Coach Brown, and you said he will be running a 13U, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, so tell us a little bit about this coach right here.
Coach Kevin, that's another guy. He's been with me for about 4 or 5 years now. He's going to be our defensive coordinator for the 13U team. Anytime I need something, I call this dude up, ask for advice. The first time I met this guy, I was going to coach. So it was Coach Brown and myself, and we were going out to Idaho to coach an all-star game. And two of our coaches had dropped out. And I ended up reaching out and getting hooked up with Kevin on Instagram or Facebook like a week before we took off. And this dude met me out there in Idaho, never talked in person. He flew out to Idaho. He came in. I was going to be calling defense. He was there maybe one day, and I just passed it off to him. And we vibed right off the get go. So this dude, I talked to him on the daily, man.
Definitely got to have you a good right hand man. Definitely got to have you
Yes,
a good
sir.
right hand man. Somebody that you can trust around these student athletes, and the parents can definitely respect that you vouch for these young coaches that's going to bring that championship back to the state of Oregon. Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
sir.
Yes, indeed. So,
Yeah, both those
jump.
guys. I wouldn't be able to be the state director or do any of this stuff I'm doing without these two guys because they, like I said, Brown locks down the offensive side. He gets all those coaches in line and those players coached up. Kev does the defensive side, same thing. So without them, man, I wouldn't. Besides my wife, these guys right here.
Absolutely. You got to have the wife first.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Happy wife, happy life, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I appreciate you, big dog. No, real talk, I appreciate you. Okay,
Yeah.
so without further ado, we want to jump into these student athletes. So go ahead and give us a little background about this young man right here.
Man, Owen McGuire, this kid. So I found this kid on Instagram, and I seen this picture here, and I thought he was like a high school kid working out with some like youngsters or something, just on the side. This kid is 6'2", about 185, and there's a weight limit for the program that he's in. So he falls, he's like 3 pounds over the weight limit. So this dude has to play, he plays left tackle or guard, but he's going to probably play some tight end and some tackle for us. This dude, he's going to be making his money in the red zone for sure.
Whoa, 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 coach, I don't mean to cut you off, but did you say that there is a weight limit?
Yeah, it's wild up here in Oregon. We can get into all that later, but it's wild, man. So you get a lot of these dudes who's getting ready to go into high school, and he's probably going to play tight end for his high school program, but all he knows is playing on the line. He can't play outside of the tackles.
So he's a bodyguard, so we say.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I guess it's cool as a tight end because you're going to use that blocking stuff. He'll learn how to block at a younger age. But then you get some guys who are, they'll play linebacker or running back later on, and they're just 2 or 3 pounds too heavy, and so they get stuck playing on the line, and then they don't get any of that real skill work until they get to high school.
Okay, got you, got you. So he's an X factor. I've seen a couple of leagues across the country that have that. They cannot run the ball if they're overweight. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Okay.
if he gets an interception, they blow the play dead where he gets the ball. It's different for sure.
Okay, got you, got you, got you. Just getting clarification because there's different rules in different states and different cities. So I understand now. Okay, understanding. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So definitely looking forward to seeing a big dog like this on the front line putting in that work. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about this next student athlete.
Here we got Michael. Man, so this kid, he's one of the kids who's from Central Oregon. He's a Bend area guy. Um, this dude is fast. He's running back, linebacker. He'll probably play running back for us. He's the type of guy you get him to the outside, he's going to make one cut and be gone on you. He's got hands. He can catch the ball. So look for him to be catching, a couple little routes out in the flats or something like that. Get him in some space and see what he can do.
Okay, okay. Speed, agility, and got hands. Hey, y'all stay
Yes,
tuned.
sir.
Y'all stay tuned. All right, all right. Next man up.
So we got Noah. This guy, I coached another all-star event over the summer, and I've been doing that for years. But this dude was nominated to play in that game and ended up breaking his foot a couple weeks prior to the game. His parents asked, well, can he still come out and just find a way to kind of help out? And I was like, yeah, sure. So he came and he flew the drone for us and filmed all our practices. And it was kind of cool because, he's a player, so he knows what we're looking for. So he just kind of hung out with us for the week at this all-star event. And so we sent him an invite to come and try out for this All-American Bowl. And this dude, man, I've finally been able to see him run and gun. And he's high pointing footballs. He's a great DB, quick with his hips. Watch for this dude. He's probably going to be returning some kicks too.
So definitely got to watch out for this guy right here. He is the guy.
Yeah, and he's one of these guys who's from one of the smaller schools in Oregon. So he's from a small town of Man, I'd be surprised if there's more than 1,500 people in that town, and
Wow.
he's going to be a dog for sure.
Wow. Wow. Well, definitely, we love creating the hype for these young student athletes where they don't have the hype, they don't have that exposure, they don't have that recognition. Hey, play D1, play D1. So those that's
Yes,
out
sir.
there
That's
that's
how you get it.
watching, we definitely want to bring the attention to these student athletes and allow them to get the exposure and the recognition that they deserve. Appreciate you, Coach, again for coming on the show. Next man up.
Yeah, thanks
Next
for
man
having
up.
us. Marco, this guy, man, he's a Portland area guy. He plays for a program, Century. They're a decent program. They're a 6A school. This kid's going to play some free safety for us, maybe a little bit of corner. He's always trying to get on the offensive side of the ball. He plays quarterback at his program and then a little bit of safety. Uh, this dude, he's going to be in the mix. Anytime there's a pass, he's going to be getting in it somehow. He's going to be trying to pick it, break it up, make the tackle. He's going to come down and be able to cover it. He looks like a small dude, but he's going to come down and fill the gap, run that alley, smack some running backs. He's all for it, man.
Say, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm definitely looking excited for these games that's up and coming. The All American Bowl games 2026 is gonna be live and lit. So y'all make sure that y'all go ahead and follow on YouTube. We got Action Media, the #1 traveling youth sports media team in the country, y'all. I said it, I meant it. We really stand on business when it comes to showcasing these student athletes. We really greatly appreciate you for coming on the show, Coach Josh. So tell us a little bit more. How can we find you on social media platforms? And what are your expectations going in through the rest of the season?
Man, our expectations are so myself, Coach Brown, and Coach Kevin, we're the only three coaches on our staff who are not currently coaching another program. All our focus is on building this and making sure these kids have a good experience. But I'll tell you, our expectations is to make a run at this thing when we come down there to Bullhead City. I'll tell you that right now. So be on the watch for that. You can
Well, that's
find us on Instagram at battle_ready_OR for Oregon. You can find us on X or Twitter at the same thing, battle_ready_Oregon, or my personal Instagram, coach_Luchi.
all right, Coach. We sure do appreciate you for coming on the show. We definitely don't want to let you out of here before we let you with the opening words and the closing words. Anything that you want to tell the people out there in TV land?
Man, come play D1. Get these kids the exposure they want, that they deserve. It's going to be a blast getting around and going seeing football from all other parts of the country, how it's played, how it's coached. And we're excited, man. Oregon's going to come down there and we're going to show the world what's up.
Man, I'm looking forward to it, bro. I'm looking forward to it, man. At the end of the day, I know a lot of people look at the scoreboards. They love the scoreboards. They want to see who won and who lost. At the end of the day, I want to see talent. I want to see talent all over the country. I want to see the student athletes get out there and put on a show. I want to see hard contact football. I want to see student athletes putting on what their coaches have been showing them and progressing them as young student athletes to do on the field. So D1 is definitely not for everybody. Let's just put that down there. It is not for everybody. So y'all coming out there and putting on a show, coach, all respect to everything that you're doing with all these student athletes. Yes,
I
indeed. I know
appreciate
you've
it.
gathered the best. I know you gathered the best. You putting together a brotherhood out there for these student athletes to ride with their brothers and come out there and compete against other states. Before we get out of here, one last thing before we get out of here. Who do you pattern your game after? As a coach, as a mentor, as a leader, as a teacher, whatever. Who do you look up to that has inspired you to be better than you are today?
Man, if you're going to talk, I like Dabo Sweeney and what he does out there at Clemson, the way he tries
Okay.
to teach those young men. If you
Okay.
want to talk about scheme, I'm a Hal Mummy. I'm an air raid guy myself, so I'm always looking at that. And then, I mean, if you want to talk defensively, Gary Patterson out at TCU, that old hard nosed 4-2, just smacking fools.
Yes, man, coach, man, thank you so much for taking the time. You could have been anywhere you wanted to be in the world, but you right here with me, and I appreciate you. I know your time is valuable, your time is priceless. Um, Expectations. I know we said that twice already, but high expectations going into the All American Bowl games 2020 2026. Um, what other levels is coming out of Oregon that you're expecting to make a huge impact out of?
So we're going to focus on building this 13U for the All American Bowl. But after that, we're looking at a 10U and a 12U for next year,
Okay.
and then possibly bring these 13U guys back for a 14U team.
Okay, got you. So this is gonna be the stand-up level that's gonna stand out for Oregon this year. Got you. Cool,
Yes, sir.
cool. So
We're going to
everybody's out
build it
there.
nice and slow, get some quality coaches, and then we're going to have a large coaching staff for this event. And then next year, we're going to split the staff.
Got you. That's important for the fundamentals and understanding where y'all filling in the gaps at. So again, I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you, Coach. Last but not least, is there anything that you want to add before we get out of here?
No, man, just watch. It's going to be a movie for sure. Hopefully, we get to play Washington, man. We want Washington.
Washington, y'all on the list. They want to bust your head, Washington. Message.
Yes, sir. No, I've
Hey,
been
y'all
talking with
stay.
that director up there and that coach. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, super
Nothing
cool
personal.
dude.
I just want to, yeah, we just want to get on there and go at it, man.
Yeah. And then Coach Ken, man, I know you brought him up. I know you brought him up. Coach Ken is super supportive of all the student athletes out there. He's the Arizona director. For those that don't know, he's super active out there in the community, building the brand, building the D1 Nation, building the student athletes profile, and networking with the coaches out there. Huge shout out to Coach Harold that he's done for the platform of D1 Nation, year after year after year after year, consistency and the hard work that he has poured into the brand. Thank you, Coach Harold. Thank you, all the parents, all the fans, all the coaches across the country, all the student athletes that put in all this hard work. It's a lot of unseen versions that we don't see. So when we see those scoreboards at the end of the day, I know everybody wants to see those wins and those losses, but I want to see hard hits. I want to see players working. I want to see the linemen putting in work. I want to see big blocks. I want to see pancakes. That's what really makes those highlights. So again, coach, we appreciate you for coming on the show. Hey, play D1. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. We got a whole lot more still to come. Let go.
Yes, sir.
Another banger. Hey. Ooh wee wee. I don't want to miss any of this excitement, ladies and gentlemen. Yes indeed, yes indeed. Hey, these student athletes gonna be putting on the show, y'all. Huge shout out to the coaches that support these student athletes to put in everything that they got and leave it all out on the field. Yes indeed. Hey, hey, hey. If you haven't already gotten the invite to one of these events, hey, y'all stay tuned, y'all stay tuned. Keep posting those highlights. Hey, we on the look, we on the scout, we on the hunt. Showcasing your favorite student athletes is what we do. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Like, comment, and share. We want to get this thing everywhere. Ooh wee wee. Showcasing your favorite student athletes all year long. Hey, play D1. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. We got a whole lot more coming soon. If you missed any of the episodes, go back to YouTube and punch in We Got Action Media. Coming to a city and a state near you.